Good day, all of you, and God bless. My name is Dr. Alex British Chinedu Tasie from Ishopo community in Ikwere local government area of Rivers State of Nigeria, West Africa. And by the grace of God, I am a writer, a musician, a filmmaker, a football coach, a historian, and a multi-dimensional thinker. I am also a self-appointed, self-acclaimed president of the Nigerian semi-educated class, the class of the Nigerian people, the group of the Nigerian people that you say and think is not highly educated. Members of that group, members of that class that you say and think are not well-educated people, are not highly educated people in Nigeria. I am a proud, self-appointed, self-acclaimed president of that group in Nigeria. This section is a section where I want to unveil some of my presidential manifestos, where I want to present to the people of Nigeria some of the things that I intend to do for the people of this country, if given the opportunity to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come the year 2031. As I have said in the previous edition or section of this program of the presentation of my political ambition, come the year 2031, there is no other political office in Nigeria that I want to vie for apart from the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. There is no doubt that Nigeria is a blessed and a big country. Nigeria is a hodgepodge, a mishmash, an amalgam, a union of various peoples who have diverse cultural, political, social, and religious backgrounds, who were brought together by the British in the year of 1914 to compose the nation called Nigeria. In the year of 1914, the document of amalgamation was fortified by the British and Nigeria was bettered. In the year of 1914, the British crafted and created Nigeria. Whether the various peoples who compose what we call today Nigeria were initially consulted by the British to be part of that conjugal relationship, part of that marriage that brought about the birth of Nigeria in the year of 1914 or not is a discussion for another time. From the year of 1914 to the year of 1960, the British governed Nigeria politically. In the year of 1960, the British Union Jack was lowered and the Nigerian flag was hoisted. In the year of 1960, the reins of political power and authority was transferred from the British to the people of Nigeria to govern themselves. So in that year, Nigeria achieved what we call political independence. From the year of 1960 to this day, the people of Nigeria govern themselves. But you see, from the year of 1960 to this day, a majority of the Nigerian people express misgivings, disappointment, are disgruntled, displeased, dejected, and disenchanted with the way the political class, the people we call politicians in Nigeria, administer and approach governance. The people of Nigeria believe and say that the people who have been governing them from the year of 1960 to this day are largely people who are inept, parochial, callow, infantile in behavior, in conduct. People who fritter away, who mismanage the resources of this great country. So that is the case with Nigeria. Nigeria is intravenous with elements that negate, stultify, impede, militate against, the progress and prosperity of this great country. Nigeria is intravenous with deficiency in governance, and that is why our country is in this state of abysmal condition. Nigeria, of course, is a country for all of us, but some people make it and take it to mean a country for themselves. So they appropriate the resources of this country to themselves. As someone who aspires to become the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come the year 2031, I have noticed some absurdities, incongruities, aberrations, and infractions in the way and manner politicians in this country govern Nigeria. And I have also noticed through aggregation, through appraisal and examination, a myriad and multiplicity of them, multitudinous in number, multifarious, multi-fronted, multifaceted problems and issues bedeviling our dear country, buckling the knees of our country, mortifying and abashing the image of our dear country outside the political ambience called Nigeria. And that is why I believe that it is only people who are altruistic, who are gifted, people who have the candor are supposed to be the people who are to be given the political space to come into politics to help salvage the situation in Nigeria and ameliorate the ailing condition that our country has found itself. So Nigeria is faced with so many problems, so many challenges that militate against its progress and prosperity. As I have said in the previous edition or section of this program, I have identified that Nigeria is posed and threatened by challenges that are associated with politics and institutions of government. The institutions of government at the federal level have challenges and so need urgent attentions to help improve the images of these government federal institutions. They are largely the reason why Nigeria is in this comatose. So, for example, an institution of the government at the federal level, like the Nigeria Police, has a challenge. In Nigeria, people are disgruntled, people are upset, people feel slighted, umbraged as a result of the impunities, the recklessnesses, the abuses, extortion that come from the officers of the Nigerian police. So people in Nigeria are apprehensive when it comes to the issue of police. So as someone who aspires to become the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I think it is necessary and expedient to improve the image of the Nigeria police and also improve the operational systems of the Nigeria police. Nigeria police, no doubt, has its statutory functions to maintain peace and order in the society, to arrest, detain, prosecute criminals, to protect lives and property of the citizens of this country. And I must have to say here that the Nigeria police has been doing very wonderful in carrying out its functions in Nigeria. I must have to commend the officers of the Nigeria police for the efforts that they are doing and making to ensure that there is order, there is peace in the society. But of course, it is tangible and substantial to say here that the Nigeria police has challenges too. The issue of extortion, impunity, abuse is a serious issue in Nigeria. So I am going to help to improve the image of the Nigeria police. I am going to give officers of the Nigeria police living wages and also give officers of the Nigeria police government support where necessary. In my administration, no police officer in Nigeria will kill any citizen of this country for no reason. No police officer in this country will lock up any citizen of this country as he or she pleases for no reason. No police officer will extort, abuse any Nigerian in this country and go scot-free. My administration will terminate police brutality, police extortion, police impunities in the system. My administration will not tolerate the dehumanization of the Nigerian people by the police. Many people are leaving the shores of this country because of the fear of the police. My administration will put an end to those fears. That is what I assure Nigerian people that I must do when I come on board as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In the area of the military is dear to me. I am going to give military officers living wages. The military is at the heart of the existence of this country. And so, officers of the Nigerian military need attention and government support. I will increase the salaries of military officers in Nigeria. I will also support military officers with finances to make them work productively and efficiently. The military will be respected and also be regarded by every Nigerian. The military carries dual functions for our people. They protect lives and property internally and also assist in protecting Nigeria against foreign aggression, attack, and invasion. So our military officers need more support than they presently have. So my administration will recognize the efforts of the military and will accord them every responsibility that government has to accord to the military in my administration. In addition, I am going to discontinue the military from carrying out any joint task operations with the police or any other civil society organization in Nigeria. When there is any operation to undertake that concerns the military, it will be an entirely a military affair. If there should be any collaboration, it should be the military and paramilitary organizations and agencies of government. The police is large enough to carry out its own constitutional functions in Nigeria. So the military will be discontinued from any joint task operation with any other civil society group in Nigeria. That I will have to do. I will give the military the respect and the regard that it deserves. I am also going to back the military police, give the military police the statutory responsibility to arrest criminals, investigate crime, and also prosecute criminals in Nigeria. The era where the military will arrest people and hand over to the police will be a thing of the past in my administration. Even if it is not done like that in other countries of the world, because of the peculiarities of our people, I am going to introduce that into the military. The military will carry out functions of arrest, investigation of crime, and prosecution of criminals in Nigeria. In the area of unemployment, unemployment is a serious problem in Nigeria. I am going to tackle that headlong. I will adopt the way the Americans and the Chinese used to give their people jobs. What I am going to do when I become the president of this country is that I am going to encourage investors from all over the world to come to Nigeria and invest. When they come, they will domicile their operational, facilities, their production plants in Nigeria here, so as to give our people employment and also to transfer skills and technical know-how to our people. I will encourage investors to come from all over the world to Nigeria and domicile their production plants. That is how China and America emerge as global giants in the world. People from all over the world who want to do business will come to Nigeria and do their businesses. I will give them security. I will give them tax waiver. I will give them electricity to make sure that they invest in Nigeria and also domicile their production plants in Nigeria. And by doing that, almost every Nigerian will have a job to do. And by doing that too, there will be enough produced in Nigeria for domestic use and also enough to export abroad. That is how I am going to do. All these plans will culminate into industrialization. Industrialization is the key to go. I will industrialize Nigeria so that we can also begin to produce some things here and export abroad. For example, we will begin to produce arms and ammunition and also send to Europe to fight their own wars. There will be production plants in almost every area in Nigeria, producing different things for our people, and our people will get jobs. We will produce enough to export to Europe, especially arms and ammunition to fight their own wars too. So that is what I am going to do in that area. My administration will not know anything like unemployment because employment will be there and Nigerian people will have enough jobs to do. That is that area. In my administration, I am going to establish a marriage institution, a marriage school for our women and men. Men and women who are up to the age of marriage, who think they are qualified to marry, will attend that school for a period of 3 months for training, tutorship, education, and all that. By experience and happily married people. That is what I am going to do for our people, because I have noticed that so many Nigerians come from dysfunctional homes. And when people come from dysfunctional homes, they pose as bad and dangerous elements in the society. So to discourage that, I am going to help our people who want to marry to go to a school free of charge where they will learn what marriage is all about and how to raise up their children to become responsible elements in the society. Divorce is rampant in Nigeria and ravaging our society, and so as a responsible government, my administration will recognize this particular area. So I am going to help Nigerians to marry and be happy in their marriage. That is what I'm going to do in that area. In addition, my administration will not know anything like ashawo. Our girls will not continue to mile around hotels and stand in the streets waiting for men selling their bodies because they do not have jobs to do. I am going to establish a mega factory in the heart of Nigeria, Abuja, and also mega factories across the states of this country where our women, our girls mainly, will have to go to learn one kind of vocation or the other, one form of trade or the other to do. And after the training, they will be given government support to become self-reliant. That is what I am going to do. My administration will not tolerate a shower business in Nigeria. It will be a thing of the past because almost all the women in Nigeria will have something to do. I will help all of them into mega factories where they will learn all kinds of vocations, all kinds of skills to help them become self-reliant people in the society and become useful elements in the society too. That is what I am going to do for our women. My administration will be a people-friendly administration. That is what I am going to do in that area. In the area of electricity, my administration will remove government monopoly of electricity. Yes, the national grid will be there, but there will be alternative modes of giving electricity to our people. So I am going to encourage investors from all over the world to come to Nigeria and begin to produce alternative ways and forms of giving and generating electricity for our people. Electricity is important in industrialization. Because my administration will go into industrialization, we need enough electricity to ginger and propel that. So I am going to bring in people, experts from all over the world to come to Nigeria and begin to produce alternative modes, sources of generating and distributing electricity in this country. The issue of no light will be a thing of the past in my administration. There will be enough electricity for our people. Our people will do their businesses with electricity because it is important to have electricity. That is what I am going to do in that area. The issue of cohesion, stability is also imperative in the Nigerian society. So what I am going to do to encourage synergy, peaceful coexistence of the Nigerian people is to institute a Nigerian national conference. This particular conference will look into the fears of the Nigerian people and also the grievances of the Nigerian people. Why we are apart. This particular conference will look at the cleavages that are obvious in Nigeria as a result of tribal sentiments, jingoism, irredentism, strife, bias, and sentiment that is everywhere, that spiral the minds of many people in this country. So my administration will attend to the fears of the Nigerian people. The fears that Nigerian people allay will be discussed and treated. Where we have wronged ourselves, we say sorry to each other and move ahead, move on as one indivisible people. The Nigerian National Conference is imperative and is also germane to move Nigeria forward. So my administration will institute a Nigerian National Conference where every tribe in this country will come at a place. So we discuss Nigeria. We discuss Nigeria which way forward. We discuss Nigeria in all ramifications, in all segments, and see where people are offended and how we can build cohesion, love in Nigeria. So that is what my administration will strive to achieve. The conference will treat the issue of neglect, the issue of resource neglect to derivation areas in this country. The conference is very, very important, essential in the stability and cohesion of this country. So my administration will institute a Nigerian National Conference to attend to all the fears of our people. Every issue of great concern will be tabled and be discussed at that conference. It is due. And so my administration will recognize where we have issues and see how we can make amends. That is what I am going to do. People put up pretests that they love themselves in Nigeria. Such fears are very, very, very obvious. That the Nigerian people do not love themselves that much, but they pretend to love themselves. So, the reasons why we have these divisions in Nigeria will be discussed. My administration will attend to all the issues affecting the unity and stability of this great country. That my administration will strive to achieve. You see, it is important to look at the diplomatic relationship that Nigeria shares with other countries, especially countries of Europe. Nigeria will re-examine the ties, the diplomatic relationships it has with other countries of the world, especially in the Western world. The issue where there will be imposition of ideas from Europe and from America will be a thing of the past. Nigeria is a sovereign country and needs to be respected. It is because of the failure of administrative policies. That is why Nigeria is in this mess. If not, there is nothing that can make any other country in the world to dictate what we do. Nigeria is an independent country and so deserves respect. Presidents of other countries, especially America and Europe, do not have the right to dictate and determine what we do in Nigeria. So Nigeria will re-examine its diplomatic ties with other countries of the world. In a case where a president of the United States will tell the Nigerian people to adopt and accept gay marriage, is an insult to the sovereign nature of this country. And so, Nigeria will strive to be self-reliant and to assert its powers as an independent political entity in the world. So I am going to re-examine our diplomatic relationships, our diplomatic ties with the countries of Europe and North America. That I will strive to do. All the imperialistic tendencies, assertions coming from outside the shores of this country will be curtailed